Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome in to Great Awakener Ether Realm. My name is Kimberly, and I am going to do an astrological report for you for the week of January 20th through the 26th of 2025. Okay? So to start off, this weekend, the sun went into Aquarius, where that is your third house of communications, short distance travel, and of community. Okay? I will get to that in a minute. The other thing that happened this weekend was Venus conjuncted Saturn in Pisces, which is your fourth house of home and family. Okay, your fourth house has this huge stellium going on here. It's been going on for a while. Saturn has been in there since March of 2023. Neptune has been in there for 13 or 14 years now. Okay. Also recently we had the North Node go into Pisces as well. Okay. So with Venus, you've probably had, with Saturn being in there, for the last, well, almost 2 years now. It has probably caused a little bit of upheaval in your home family sector. The other side of the coin of that is that you may have shown a lot of discipline in your family and home sector. Okay, you may have been spending a lot of time at home. You may have had upheaval at home. It really depends on what your situation is at the moment. But Saturn is the discipline planet. If you think about the rings around the planet, you can kind of look at that as a belt, like tightening your belt. And it's it's very karmic as well. Okay. You can also look at it as like a karmic wheel. Okay. So whatever Saturn touches, it's wanting you to look closer at what it's highlighting. So right now it's in your home and family sector. So it's probably making you think about how you can do better with your home and family, or it also has to do with the way you grew up as well. You might be doing some introspection on your inner child as well. The fourth house also represents your mother. Okay. When Venus comes in to conjunct that, it very much softens that aspect. Neptune also does do that as well. As Venus is exalted in Pisces. It can do its best work in Pisces. Neptune is considered the higher octave of Venus. Okay, so the last almost 2 years, even though things may have been rough in your home or family sector, Venus comes in to soften that. Okay, Neptune also, Neptune rules Pisces, so it also is in there, like helping out with that as well. Okay, but this happened over, let's see, Saturday and Sunday, so you may have been having a better time at home. Things may have been softened up. That's the best way that I can describe Venus. Is it has this softening effect to everything that it touches. Okay, so we will start off with the moon in Libra on Monday. Okay, so if you watch my video from last week, we had a full moon in Cancer, and then it's coming around to hit that same axis, that 23-degree axis. Okay, Mercury is moving from 19 degrees to 27 degrees this week. So it's coming around to hit that axis as well. Uranus is still 23 degrees in Taurus. Uranus is in Taurus. Excuse me. Sorry. I've been doing a lot of talking, so sorry. Uranus in Taurus has been in there for 6 or 7 years, and that is your work sector, daily habits, 6th house, daily habits, work sector, and your health. Okay, you may have been having some hiccups in your health, in your work, daily habits. Uranus is called the Great Awakener, but it's there to awaken people, and that the best way to awaken people is to cause chaos. Honestly, it wakes you up, right? It brings epiphanies. It brings fast change. Okay, as to where Pluto brings slow transformation, Uranus brings fast change, epiphanies, rebellion. Okay, that has been in your sixth house of daily habits, whatever you do on a daily basis, really. Okay, so the moon is going to come in and trigger that 23 degrees again. Okay, where the full moon was, that brings illumination. When it comes around to square that axis, that is about acceptance and about, okay, whatever was brought to your attention last week, let's try to find a solution. Start trying to find a solution. Okay. So, let's see. I did go over this last week. I'll touch on it just a bit here. Mars is in retrograde at the moment in your 8th house. 8th house is all about your taxes, debt, sex, death, transformation. Okay, it's a very private house. With Mars, the planet of intensity and passion, okay, going retrograde in this house, it's very internal. It's very simmering. You go internal to, you probably have a lot of focus on, the subjects of this 8th house. Money might be on your mind, okay? And then that is opposing Mercury here in Capricorn. This is your first house of values, how you see yourself, how you earn your money. So there might be this fight going on with your money houses, okay? But also your values, how you see yourself. You might be thinking, especially since Uranus is in Taurus in your 6th house of work, you might be thinking about either changing jobs, maybe. You might be thinking about a different workout routine. Any of those subjects will be coming up at this time. Libra as well is your 11th house of friendships, dreams, hopes, wishes. So that's just going to trigger this even more. You might be starting to work out with a friend. You might be going in to work with a friend. You might be wanting to fulfill a dream that you had of starting your own business. Your first house is about self-employment. Okay, so any of those categories can really be in there on Monday. Okay, so Tuesday we have the moon moving into Scorpio, and Scorpio is your 12th house. 12th house is very private. Your anything that's hidden, that you keep hidden from the world, and things that also can be hidden from you. It's very a subconscious house. Things that you do that you don't realize that you do. Okay, also has to do with dreams. Okay, it's very psychological house. Okay, so you might be having some dreams on Tuesday. Okay, that comes in to square this newly Sun and Pluto that is going to be conjunct in Aquarius. Pluto moved into Aquarius for the next 19 years permanently. Okay, so you're going to be having a lot of transformation going on in your 3rd house. Again, community, communication, short distance travel, okay, early learning. That's what the 3rd house represents. Okay, the sun coming in to illuminate little Pluto over there is going to hit that even more so. Okay, so you're going to be focused on your 3rd house for the next month. Okay, the sun and Pluto conjunct can be quite intense. It's about, I give it about 5 degrees. So in about a week, it should that energy should move off. But you're going to be focused a lot on your community, okay? And your 12th house, the moon coming in to square that, like I said, dreams, subconscious, okay? A lot of transformation. Pluto rules Scorpio. So that's just a whole lot of transformation there. It just can't highlight that any more than I already have. So that's the only thing that happens on Tuesday. So, hopefully you can just concentrate on that day, and it'll be fleeting, and by Wednesday things will be much better, okay? Because the moon starts trining things. So by Wednesday, the moon comes in and trines Saturn here. And by that time, Venus is moving from 16 degrees to 22 degrees by the end of the week, okay? So it's going to make these trines from Saturn, Venus, Neptune, and the North Node. Trines are very nice. So any upheaval that you had going on this axis is going to soften these blows. And of course, again, this is your home sector of Pisces. It also is the moon is also going to make a sextile to Mercury in Capricorn. Mercury is going to be moving from 19 degrees all the way to 27 degrees throughout the week, okay? So it's going to come in and make a sextile. This is your subconscious zone, and this is your value zone, okay? Again, a lot of emphasis on how you make your money, your debts, and your work, and then also your home, okay? Maybe you might be thinking about starting a self-employment home business, never know. So on top of that, we also have Mars sextile and Uranus over here as well. Sextiles are very nice aspects. Again, money, work, okay? We also have Mercury coming in to oppose this at an exact opposition. And then we have Mercury trining Uranus. So it's going to make this nice, like, grand trine here, okay? Trines are the best you can get. Sextiles come up second. I think I already said that, but, you just can't go wrong with trines and sextiles. They're very, very nice aspects, okay? Later that night, depending on where you are in the world, the moon moves into your sign of Sagittarius, okay? So this is Thursday, Friday area. The moon is, when it comes into your sign, it's like a reset for the month. It's, this is where you reset here, and it kind of goes throughout all of these sectors here. And when it gets to 12th house, this is like your resting house, with dreams and everything. It's where you want to rest. Then the moon moves into your sign, and it gives you another reset for the next month, okay? On top of that, the moon makes an immediate sextile to your community sector, again, the sun and Pluto. Any upheaval that this happens right here, it's going to be, not very long-lasting. It's very fleeting, and then you're going to have a lot of sextiles and trines come in to soften whatever happened here, okay? Let's see, going into Saturday, the sun comes in to oppose Jupiter, which is your ruling planet. Jupiter is retrograde at the moment, but it's about to come out of retrograde on February 4th. It's like you can't go wrong with Jupiter. It's, it's your ruling planet, and Jupiter is a benefactor in astrology. Jupiter and Venus are the two benefactors. Even though it's retrograde, like still, it can still do some pretty good good things. It's it's an expansion. You want to look at Jupiter as expansion, right? Of course, that's the house that you rule, right? So it's in your 7th house of partnerships, and it's been in there since last May. So a lot of focus on your partnerships, whether romantic or business. And it does represent your enemies as well. So if you're talking about, your home and your romantic partnerships, there's a lot of emphasis going on with that right now, right? But you also have a lot of work and values and money being represented right now with all of these planets. Okay, so those are the highlights that you're probably going to be looking at. But the opposition, really, you still can't go wrong with opposing Jupiter. It just brings expansion to you, which, Sagittarius is very, very totally fine in that energy. So after that, we have the moon coming into square all of these planets again. So you're going to have an opposition here, and then you're going to move into squares in your family sector. Okay? Again, a lot of emphasis on your family. I already went over everything that's going on here. I don't think that I went over the North Node, though. North Node just moved into Pisces, again, your home sector. The reason why the North Node, or the nodes, the lunar nodes, are so important are because that is where eclipses occur. Okay? I'm pretty sure I did not go over this. If I did, I apologize. But I'm going to go over this real quick. The eclipses are very intense. It brings change to, whatever house that they're highlighting. So, South Node is your career sector. North Node is your home family sector. So just a lot of emphasis on your home and family right now. Okay? The other thing that goes on Saturday is, which I love, is we have Venus and Mars trining, the two lovers of the zodiac. Can't go wrong with that. Mars is in retrograde at the moment. Again, in your eighth house. Okay, trines are the best aspect that you can get in astrology, and it's between the lovers. And this doesn't happen too often because of the way that planets orbit. Okay, so Saturday is going to be very nice. You might want to spend some time at home. Maybe having some intimacy with a partner. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, but your home and your fourth and your eighth house are just very private houses, as I was saying before. So you're going to have a lot of emphasis on your private houses this week. Home, eighth house, 12th house. Okay? Okay, then we have the moon to come in and square Neptune. Okay, this will be on Sunday. It's kind of the early hours, again, depending on where you live. And then we have Mercury coming into sextile Neptune as well. A lot of emphasis on Neptune this week. And then we have Venus coming into sextile Uranus as well. Okay, even though we have squares, sextiles, trines, I can't emphasize enough. This weekend will be good for everybody. It doesn't depend. It doesn't matter on which sector, right? Like, there should be some calmness brought to this coming weekend. Okay. Pisces and Cancer are the water houses. They're very ethereal, emotional. It's very relaxed. And I always, say the la-di-da aspect kind of comes in when the moon comes in and squares Neptune. It's just you're very euphoric. It's very foggy. You might have a lot of dreams. Okay. And then moving on to later that night, the moon moves into Capricorn, where I'm going to go ahead and end this reading, and we'll pick it up next week for the next week reading. Okay? So, yeah, I hope you have a really nice week. If you liked this video and want to see more of it, you're more than welcome to subscribe. I do offer personals and many other healing modalities over on my website if you want to check that out. But this week really does look like a good week for you. Okay? All right. I hope you enjoy it. Bye, Sag.